Hi guys, I'm Kim and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse escape, get free, and stay free. Today's video is inspired by viewers and friends. I'm going to call you guys friends. Today's video is inspired by comments left by friends. I have been noticing, throughout the comments that there seems to be, either a direct, expression of anger or sort of an underlying hint of anger that's kind of covered up by the fact that you think you should be, all holy and forgiving and all that stuff, right? I want to talk today about anger. Is that a good emotion, a bad emotion? How do we conquer it? How do we manage it without it consuming our lives? And should we legitimately be angry? Always kind of viewed as the negative energy emotion. Well, let's think about this for a moment. You have been absolutely deceived to the point that you willingly had sex with someone who was an illusion. Many people have been impregnated by that illusion. Your life has been ruined. You have been shamed, humiliated, treated like utter motherfucking shit for months, years, decades. In my case, I had a tremendous amount of physical harm. I had a tremendous amount of damage to my personal property and things. I was isolated. I was cheated on relentlessly. And I know many of you have been, so should I be angry? Are you fucking kidding me? A mad is a fucking hornet. Of course I'm angry. This was someone I love and I trusted who came into my life based on deceit with no goal other than to harm me, manipulate me, take advantage of me, and crush me. Should I be, what, all forgiving now? Fuck that. I'm mad as a hornet. And you know what? The reason I'm mad is because that emotion suits what's happened here. So there you were, very much in love. A fake future had been presented in front of you to the point that many people went on to give birth to new people as a result of this lie. Your entire life's course has been manipulated and altered. You were consumed, eaten by the devil, where you then lay rotting and decomposing in their stomach acid. Then you were puked up, left there in a puddle of the devil's bile, where you were then stepped over, and the devil just moved on to a new victim. Angry. I don't know. For many of us, during the time we spent in these disgusting relationships, we lived way outside of ourselves. We lived on eggshells. We were always picking our words very carefully, picking our actions very carefully. I mean, honest to God, I was to the point with Trevor that I couldn't bake a fucking potato right. Everything I did was wrong. So I was constantly trying to be, I don't know what I was trying to be, but I sure as hell wasn't being myself. So now that I'm free of that horrible, rotten, disgusting fucking piece of shit, I just want to be me. I want to live in my true human moment right now. For me, anger is raw. It is real. It is authentic. And it is how I feel. Now, I'm not angry from morning to night, but I will say things come up, and I'll notice things or see things that are a direct result of my involvement with him, and I think, God, when does the damage end? When does the bullshit end? But for the most part, truly, day to day, I'm happy. I really am. I'm really moving forward. Now, last night, I shot out of bed at about 4:15 this morning. I was having a nightmare that I was in Trevor's truck with him. He was driving. I was in the passenger side. It was dark. It was raining. We were flying up the highway, traveling really fast, and I was trying to jump out of the passenger side. I woke up angry. I shouldn't be having night terrors like that. Why should falling in love with someone equal night terrors like that? Now back to my typical day. I am most certainly not angry from morning till night. In fact, I'm pretty happy most of the time. You know, the big cloud has passed now, right? Trevor is out of my life. He's never getting back in. I'm no contact. And you know what? To be honest with you, it's so great to be rid of him. It really starts to cause the nightmare of it to dissipate quite quickly, because really I am very happy and very grateful for all the wonderful things that are happening in my life right now. But yes, from time to time I'm angry. And if you're feeling angry and that is your real raw human emotion, for God's sakes, experience it. I do understand what the New Age philosophy and pop culture, you know, kind of buzz thing is, you know, about forgiveness is a way to healing. Well, you know what? For me, anger has also been a step towards healing, because I get it, I see it, it's real for me in the moment, I'm experiencing it, I'm expressing it, and then I'm letting it go. I'm sure as shit not taking that moment of anger or that hour of anger with me, you know, into my garden or, you know, into a creative project. No, I'm not. I'm absolutely experiencing it when it's happening. I am not denying it. I am not denying myself any more real human emotion. And if that's the one I'm having, then shit, that's the one I'm having. But guys, we can't harbor it. We can't store it. We need to let it go. I think that anger can be a very real, very raw, very human emotion. And if it is the emotion that suits the moment, let's not try and mask it with anything else. I mean, basically what we're then doing is playing the narc game, right? And we don't want to be that way. I mean, what really separates us from those monsters is the fact that we are real human beings that have feelings and emotions and have the ability to really experience them and purge them and let them go. Now, do not get caught off guard by your anger, and don't be acting out in any crazy psycho bitch kind of ways, because this is going to get police at your door. Now, when Buddy leaves, the last thing you want is 4 or 5 pending court cases, you know, with him sitting there smirking at you with his new supply. Do not set yourself up for any more bullshit, okay? Now, I know it can be difficult, but guess what? This is truly what separates us, okay? We are kind, loving, nurturing empaths, and we are going to continue on that path. The fact that you're an empath and you get angry because that's the real emotion fitting to your moment, well, you know what? It is what it is. So just don't get caught off guard by your anger, guys, and please do not act out in any way that could be perceived as criminal. Now, especially if you have children involved. Trust me, this is coming up in the child custody case, which, by the way, is a guarantee. One way I've seen women really, really act out in anger is keep going back to court on child custody issues. Now, what I would strongly recommend for you and your children for the absolute best outcome ever is if the two of you can agree. Now, you might have to get a bit flexible with him, but understand the novelty of this will wear on. Do not allow yourself to be stepped on or override your boundaries, but certainly come up with something, that's going to be suitable for him, okay? Get that signed, get a notary to, stamp that and register that with court. Now, if visits are kind of working and you get pissed off and you drag him back into court to suspend visitations or up child support or do any of this, I'm telling you, in a child custody case, and I've seen this so many times, that narc is going to come out of that corner that you have shoved him in swinging a big fucking machete, okay? Do not do this, because I'm telling you, I have seen many women who end up in such a clusterfuck again that never needed to be there because they got angry and snapped and went marching off down to court, and I've actually seen women lose their children because they'd become so upset and agitated by this, and I even know some who have supervised visits now because they acted out in such anger, okay? Cool your fucking jets, especially if there's kids involved. Now, I'll tell you a place where women really shit the bed on this anger thing, okay, is if you've got kids involved and you've got some amicable kind of visitation thing worked out, and Captain Jackass shows up to pick up the kids with new supply in the car. This can be very hurtful and really, really catch people off guard. Get this in your head. He is constantly looking for new supply. He cannot live without supply. So if you're gone, there's going to be new supply, and it's going to be soon. Just think about it this way, okay? You don't need to be running off to court. You don't need to let your anger get the better of you, because, by the way, this isn't anger. This is jealousy and envy, and what are you jealous and envious of? I mean, she's a new victim. That's all she is. The guy's a piece of shit. Let it go. There's nothing there to be envious or jealous of, okay? Please, you're going to have to keep your shit together on this one. Reintroducing child custody stuff or trying to limit visitation because of it, you know, it's another victim. That's all. Your children are going to see many, many victims with daddy or mommy, and they're going to see lots of troubled relationships, okay? So I know you could legitimately argue that you would like to teach your children better morality, more integrity, and lead them to believe that relationships are not completely disposable. But you know what? You're going to do that. You have that opportunity to do that, and whether or not, you know, dad's got new supply or not, you can't let this creep in with you and your kids. I understand why you'd be angry. I understand why you'd want to break that douchebag stuff. But, you know, we got to really keep a handle on this. We can't let the anger get away any more than sadness or depression or any of those things. Now this morning at 4-something, I shooed out of bed, absolutely in a state of total night terror. I've had this horrible nightmare of being in the presence of that maniac and trying to get free. I instantly get a nosebleed. My nose is bleeding for hours. Why? Because my blood pressure shot through the roof. So there I am, you know, in the bathroom sink this morning, blood pouring out of my nose in just a frantic state. I was sad, I was scared, I was frustrated, I was angry. You know, I was all of it. Why? Why? Because love is never supposed to feel like that. Love is just not supposed to result in that, right? It just isn't. And so, yeah, you can get caught off guard by stuff some days. Like, I wasn't planning that, and there it was. So, you know, we just deal with it the best we can. But you got to keep your cool on this. Do not harbor the angry, and for God's sakes, if you can, let it go. Peace be with you. Thanks for watching me today, guys. I hope you're all well and narc-free.